this weekend was the first weekend in New York City that people began to like crawl out of their homes, and the streets of New York City were filled with people. Filled. I drove home with my boyfriend on Friday back home, and the ride took more than 3 hours instead of an hour and a half because of the traffic in New York City. And I just felt like it was a perfect way to celebrate Passover, liberation. And just knowing, like Rui said, love is the house of God, and we're living in it. We're living in God itself. We're living in this house of love. It's just about recognizing it and loving it and appreciating it. And one of the things that came through in my heart, possibly more in my mind than my heart, when I passed through the streets of New York City, my first reaction was a little bit judgmental and saying, oh, I hope these people aren't being irresponsible. I hope these people, why are they all out now like this together? I mean, this is dangerous. And then my heart caught me and said, no, instead of thinking that way, allow humanity to love, allow them to drop the burden a little bit, to go out, to see each other, to love each other. Just pray that they do it with love, because anything that's done with love can't go wrong. The only time it go wrong is when it's not done with love, when it's done with motives, when it's done with personal interest that isn't inspired by God, love, God itself. So I am just wishing all of you, not only the ones that Jews or non-Jews who celebrate Passover, but all of them, everyone, because we're all collectively celebrating Passover. We're all collectively celebrating a liberation out of this prison and praying that we don't have to deal with it again. And with it doesn't mean the virus. It can come in different forms, forcing humanity to go into their tent. And along with that is gaining an appreciation to our temple, which is our home, and never losing that importance, that vitality, the home, because I feel that was a very strong and powerful message of the universe, of God. We all have to go back home and look at our home and see what our home is made up of. Who is in our home? And possibly build a new connection with everything in our home. And that's not only humans, whether it's animals and plants and food, whether it's our own home, our temple, our body, forced to look at it. And yeah, just wishing you all a beautiful process of self-liberation. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot.